Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to Arizona Dreams channel. Today we are en route to Peoria, Arizona. It's a pretty major suburb, about 160,000 population, give or take. We're gonna go check out some of the sites here, go up and check out Lake Pleasant, which happens to fall in Peoria, and just check it out and give you guys some ideas about the West Valley. So join us as we head on to Peoria, Arizona. Okay, we've exited onto Thunderbird Road, coming from the 101. We are heading currently to Rio Vista, and we're going to check out just some opportunities. Peoria is a great place to raise a family. It's a very family-oriented community. The housing costs here, I think the median housing cost was right around $190,000. So it's considerably more affordable than the East Valley. There's, again, a lot of opportunities here. You see right on my right, there's the Rio Vista Community Park. In addition to the community park, now on my right, we're going to be coming up to Rio Vista Community Center, Recreation Center. So there's a big rec center designed specifically for the community to use. It's up here just a little bit further ahead. This is a commercial area, but there's a lot of entertainment businesses in here as well. I think there's a trampoline center in there. Right now we're going to head over towards Peoria High School, give you an idea of what the size of the schools look like. A couple of things that we're not going to get to see today, but just worth a mention. There is Peoria Sports Complex that's available here, so you can go watch baseball and things like that. Glendale is not far away, so the home of a Super Bowl for the name of the stadium, University of Phoenix Stadium, is right over there. So it's 10 minutes away, so you can do that, and then, as well as the entertainment district of Glendale, which they put a lot of money into. So that's nearby. But you can see it, just what we're driving through now. It's a typical community. I mean, you got a Lowe's and you've got Burger King and things like that. So it's a pretty standard community in that aspect. The architecture is going to be very similar to the rest of the valley, so you'll see a lot of the adobe stucco type of buildings, and those color schemes, right, the desert color schemes. There's some neighborhoods over here on my left. You can see the backs of the houses.
In 1.5 miles,
houses are very similar to what we've shown you in all of the other videos so far. I don't know that they're necessarily as big in this neighborhood, but I'm sure that there's some bigger houses. Peoria sits in kind of the edge of the valley, right? So the Salt River is on one side, and then the mountains are framing up the northwest side of it. So there's definitely some opportunities for some pretty views, and hopefully we'll get to see some of that today. Again, just to show you that there's some green space opportunities. That's pretty standard throughout the valley, and it's not just to put some green in. They use that to manage flooding. You'll notice that almost all of the green spaces that are in the neighborhoods are sunken, and they try to funnel the water there, especially during monsoon season. It's not uncommon in monsoon season to see just big ponds of water where normally it's just a big green space area. As far as I know, the typical chains for groceries are out here. I'm pretty sure that there's Safeway, Bashas', Fry's, and whatever else I'm sure there's some Whole Foods and things like that as well. You're starting to get into more of the neighborhood area now. I'm actually gonna, before we go to the high school, or after the high school, we'll duck into one of these neighborhoods so that we can actually see what the neighborhoods look like. This is the front side of the school, right? So you see the nice big Peoria High School on the wall. It's gated in to protect the kids, which is also pretty standard with most of the newer schools. I'm going to just go ahead and pull in here, just so you can get an idea of the size. It's a good size. It looks like they have a theater building right here on my left. This is theater department. I know that because it said it on the wall. Looks like they're the Peoria High School Cougars or Panthers or something to that tune, because there's a big paw print. But a good size facility. Whether or not that means it's a great school, I don't know. I did not check that yet. I will get you that data. They've got looks like a solid sports complex as well. Now we're in the neighborhood directly across from Peoria High School. So I'll give you a little bit of data about Peoria in general. I told you already that it's about 165,000 population. That was the 2016 census. Some percentages for demographics. It's about 86% white, 3.5% Asian, a little over 3.5% for biracial, about 3.25% for African American, 2.5% for some other race, and then Native American and Islander are both below 1%. So that's the demographic data. The housing data, I think I already told you. The median home value here is about $190,000. That's pretty much the data as far as the demographic data goes. Again, this neighborhood right here could be a neighborhood pretty much anywhere in the valley. Like I said, the architecture is pretty standard throughout the valley. It doesn't change a whole lot. The one thing that you notice is out here, because again, the push for the integrity of the grid, you start to see more solar panels. I don't recall seeing that many in Gilbert or Ahwatukee or Tempe. I don't know if they're pushing as hard there, but certainly seeing a lot more of them here. And it's not to say that they're not in Gilbert, where we lived previously. The neighbor across the street had 20 panels, so definitely popular. You see there's some more over there. This is one of the elementary schools here. I'm not sure which elementary school it is, but it looks like somebody's trying to turn around. This is Cheyenne. So a decent size school. And speaking of solar panels, Cheyenne Elementary apparently has their structure right there. That whole thing is solar panels, which is also pretty cool out here. You'll see, I'm going to turn, I guess I can't because there's a wall, but we'll go down this neighborhood. A lot of shade structures now are being built out of solar panels, so it's a two dual benefit, right? You get the benefit of the shade from the panel, but they're also harvesting that. You can see the lines going down to give them electricity for the school to use to power the school. So pretty neat and pretty advantageous of them for the design. Smart architecture, that's something that we're starting to see more of out here. Another thing that's pretty common is community mailboxes. I don't know if you noticed on the fronts of the houses, there aren't any mailboxes. There's none sitting down by the street, right? Pretty common back east to see a post with a box sitting on it at the end of your driveway or at the end of your lot, right? So that the mailman can just pull up and drop your mail off. Here you get a key and you go to a community mailbox, and that's how you get your mail. And that's very common. In fact, it's being phased out to have private mailboxes. I gotta figure out where to go. So according to Great Schools, the schools, what I saw, I didn't see any that really went below a 7, so I'm going to give Peoria a good grade on schools. But again, as always, to your neighborhood, if you're looking to relocate, look up your address, figure out which schools you're zoned to, and then go to Great Schools or whatever resource you want to use and research individual schools, because the school district may have a great grade, but you may get a bad school within that school district. Now we're going to head up to Lake Pleasant, which is in Peoria.